Hello everybody and welcome back to a brand new episode of NASCAR Heat 4 Career Mode. I hope you're all having a great day. Today we go to Chicagoland, a track that I've struggled at a lot in NASCAR Heat 3 and kind of was expecting the same here in NASCAR Heat 4. But first we had the Xfinity Series where we had subscriber Nathan CSX in the car. Nathan, obviously a Matt DiBenedetto fan. I'm hoping that you were happy in the last episode when Matt DiBenedetto actually got his first Cup Series victory in our Career Mode at Sonoma. He drove a great race. Obviously I didn't drive a great race at Sonoma, unfortunately. So DiBenedetto with his first win. Hopefully, Nathan, you were happy with that as Nathan went down through turns 3 and turns 4. At this point, he came through the midway point. Chicago, like I said, being a tough track, no matter what series you are in here in NASCAR Heat 4. NASCAR Heat 3 was obviously the same. So, like I said, I was expecting the same. So Nathan had ran about midfield, struggling to move his way forwards, just like I always do as we came through turns 3 and turns 4. And Nathan actually getting sent up the inside by the 21 there as he came out of turns 4, heading down the front straightaway for the final time here at Chicago as he would come through to cross the line to go P21 here in Chicagoland. That's usually about where we kind of run at this racetrack in the past, so that's kind of to be expected as we came through now into the Cup Series 4 qualifying as it came out of turns 4 heading down this front straightaway. Like I said, not expecting much here today at Chicago as we come through to cross the line with a 30.896 and we go down in P23, so one of our worst efforts at a mile and a half this season in qualifying, so already setting the tone of my concerns now as we have Eric Jones on the pole.
Welcome to Chicagoland Speedway for the Camping World 400. This mile-and-a-half D-shaped tri-oval is going to be a formidable challenge. Will we see a close finish today, or will someone breeze to victory here in the Windy City? Let's send it down to the track and find out.
Alright, we're ready to go green here at Chicagoland, and just found out Kyle Larson's actually a rival. I thought we had cooled him down, but no, he is our rival, so we're going to have to watch out for him. Brendan Gaughan crashed during qualifying. Eric Jones gave up qualifying position for new tires. What's interesting, though, we haven't even crashed Kyle Larson this season. We've gave him a few bumps here and there, and that's all it's taken this season to make Kyle Larson a quote-unquote rival. So we're going to have to be careful around him now as we're ready to go green. Eric Jones actually gave up the pole position to start in the back of the field, so he is no longer up front as it's Kyle Busch who leads the way here today at Chicagoland Speedway. Jimmy Johnson there on the inside as you saw as we go down towards turns 1 and turns 2 for the opening lap here at Chicago behind the 47 of Ryan Preece. He's trying to find his way into the top 30 in points to get back in the playoffs. Obviously, he won the Daytona 500 earlier this season in our career mode. His first ever Cup Series race, he managed to get to victory lane. So a very good effort for Preece in that Daytona 500 victory, but now he needs to find himself back in that top 30 in points if he wants to be a playoff contender this season. Now as we go down the front straightaway coming through to complete the first and opening lap, Joey Logano actually leads the first lap here today at Chicago as we go down towards turns 1. 3 wide racing in front of us already as we come through the center of the corner. Austin Dillon all the way up by the wall as we run that middle lane on the outside of the 13. Now in between the two Dillon brothers of Austin and Ty Dillon as we go down this back straightaway, having to slow up a little bit for the 47 of Ryan Preece. Already kind of setting the tone of how these restarts are going to work today here in Chicago now as we exit turn 4. Still in the middle of a 3 wide with Austin Dillon. Now Paul Menard on our inside as we come through to complete the second lap. Just trying to make sure that I don't make a silly mistake and take someone out here as we go down towards turns 1. Menard on the inside. A little bit of contact made with Menard. Now Stanos makes it 4 wide through the center of the corner and we thankfully get out of that, but we would lose some track position, but we would actually find a way now towards turn 3 on the inside and make some moves back forwards, passing Austin Dillon, getting to the inside of Ricky Stenhouse Jr. as well as the 47 of Ryan Preece, just trying to make sure that we have this bottom lane. And that really, this bottom lane was my only chance today here in Chicago. I felt like as we went down through into the next few corners, we had worked our way up to P19 at this point as there's a pole sitter of Eric Jones down on lap 7 who has run us down. He blows right on past us, and that right there just kind of felt like that's how this race was going to go with these faster guys. Denny Hamlin at this point was leading the way as we came through now on lap 9 of 19. We had dropped all the way down to P24, so we gave up about 4 positions or so as we went down towards turn 3. We would end up getting a caution though here in Chicago and get ready here to go back green. And I would make a call. There was some front runners with the same idea. I decided we're going to come to the pit lane for 4 tires and 2 cans of fuel simply because we clearly don't have a top 10 car today, but we need to try some experimentation to get that top 10 now as we come through and for the restart. Less than 10 laps to go here in stage 1, so we took 4 tires, made some adjustments, hoping that maybe the fresh tires will be enough in 7 laps to actually be able to climb up to the top 10. We're doing whatever we can here to get these top 10s, obviously, as we go through turns 1 and turns 2. We already have a win from the Coca-Cola 600, where I felt like we shouldn't have won that race, but we did a great job hanging on for that victory. Now we're going to give Denny Hamlin a slight tap to the bumper nearly as we go down towards turn 3, getting up to this high lane. Obviously, a lot of slower cars in front that Hamlin, myself, and other drivers have to work their way through as we exit turn 4, heading down the front straightaway, coming through to complete the opening lap of this restart now with 6 laps to go here in this opening stage as we go down towards turns 1. There you see Keselowski, Hamlin now as we were coming through on the outside still on lap 14, and now we go into to turns 3. We're going to make a 4 wide up the middle through the center of the corner. Being very aggressive here in these opening laps since restart. Keselowski actually follows through in that 4 wide as we would be able to come through to the final lap here on the stage, working our way up to P14 now on the inside here. Ryan Newman as we went down into turns 1 and turns 2. Eric Jones, who started on the pole, went to the back of the field at the start of the race, so he's fought his way from last to first place here in this first stage, showing just how fast that 20 car is right now as we go down towards turn 3 on the inside of Matt Tifft. We certainly hope to see Matt Tifft get better very quickly now as he is out for the rest of the season in real life. Now as we exit turn 4 on the inside of the 9 of Chase Elliott as we come through to cross the line. Not quite a top 10, but we definitely finished better than what we would have, I think, if we had stayed out. So definitely keep that in mind for the future. Now as Jimmy Johnson got second in the stage, but you see up ahead there is a car smoking, and it is the 48 of Jimmy Johnson now, as he is actually having major issues and he is going to be out of this race here in Chicago after finishing second in the stage. Now as we do gain a position, we obviously pitted, and you will see on the pit lane now an extra dot for Jimmy Johnson, who finishes second in the stage, trying to make the playoffs this season as stage 2 is underway, but that's going to be a huge hit for the 48 of Jimmy Johnson, who suffers a mechanical failure today at Chicagoland. So now he picked up a great amount of points in the stage and now he's out. So they're very unfortunate for that team. We're going to see if they can rebound obviously here in the next few races. They're going to definitely need some consistency as we exit turn 2, going 3 wide already down this back straightaway. Priest, Stenhouse, Menard battling side by side as we go down towards turns 3 and turns 4. Matt Tifft putting some pressure on from behind there as we exit turn 4. Chase Elliott side by side with the 36 of Matt Tifft as we head down this front straightaway on the inside of the 21 of Paul Menard, completing the opening lap of this second stage here in Chicago as we go down towards turns 1, getting into the back of the 47, and sideways Ryan Priest goes now as we come to the center of the corner. A huge save by the 47 of Ryan Priest, a great save too as we go down this back straightaway. We would actually lose a little bit of time though and fall down to P10 after getting stuck on the outside of Priest. Truex went past me with no problems at all, and all of a sudden the pace in this car really started to fall off now as we exit turn 4 on this point on lap 8 of 17 in the stage. Harvick blows on past me. I see Hamlin coming, so I move over to the right hand side and I decide we're not even going to just hold up Hamlin. We're just going to let him go by as we go down towards turns 1, because clearly Hamlin has had a very fast car this season. He's definitely a big contender. We would also lose time, get passed by Joey Logano and William Byron as we came through now on lap 15 of 17 in the stage. We would end up getting a caution, and that would actually end the stage a little bit early now as Eric Jones is awarded the stage of victory. So we win stage 1 and 2. We would once again come to the pit lane, getting ready for this third and final stage, making some more adjustments here as we definitely need them as we come out P15, getting ready to go green here for the third and final stage. We've had 0 speed so far, but hopefully we can find a way to get a good finish here today in this third and final stage now that is underway. Joey Logano here in P14 just in front of us. Matt Tifft has had a very solid car today. He's up here, been running in the top 20 this whole race as we go down towards turns 1. You can see all the way up ahead, Kurt Busch actually leads the way, and it's Tyler Reddick in P2 now as we get aggressive on the exit of turn 2. 3 wide down this back straightaway as we go down towards turn 3 with William Byron and the 47 of Ryan Priest as we go down into the corner now side by side, still with Byron, but now Truex on that far outside in this 3 wide as we exit turns 4, trying to get as much as I can out of this car on the restarts, because this was really my only chance to really gain track position, I felt, was on these restarts here in Chicago as we went down towards turns 1. 3 wide up ahead between Bowman, Keselowski in the 17 of Stenhouse. Eric Jones, who's had a fast car all day, is falling towards the bottom half of the top 10 as we barely got into the back of William Byron. But now, once these guys got past me, I just felt like I couldn't quite do anything with this car as we went down towards turn 3, sending it in pretty deep to get clear of the 47 of Ryan Priest. But right here, I just felt like the car just really gave up at this point because we would start to lose the draft now as we came to lap 46 of 67. Kevin Harvick now leading the way. Our Stewart Haas Racing teammate Eric Jones was struggling a lot to move his way through traffic at this point now as we run P14 as we hit 21 to go, and as we came through now on lap 50, continuing to lose time as now Almirola and Ryan Preece have closed in on the back of us as we go down towards turns 1. I know they were much faster, so once again I just tried my best to just kind of not mess with them as we came through the center of the corner, and I knew if we could get in line behind the 47 of Ryan Preece, we could actually pick up the draft and maybe not lose as much time, because the draft is extremely important at anything that's longer than a short track basically in this game. So we would fall in behind the 47 of Preece and get that draft, and we would actually start to battle back. We had actually gotten past Preece and now look to the inside again of Eric Almirola as we went down towards turns 3 and turns 4. We're on lap 55 of 67, touching the apron a little bit there on the exit of turn 4, but we keep the car straight. Now as we go down this front straightaway, Almirola clear as we run P15 as we come through to cross the line. 12 laps to go as the caution's actually going to come out again here in Chicago, and now we were going to have to make a green flag pit stop. This has happened so many times this season, but we're going to make it under yellow, and I decided I knew the AI wouldn't take 4 tires, so I took 4 tires, and now we come out P27. So we're about to find out if this 4-tire stop will pay off. Hopefully it does, and maybe somehow we can actually sneak our way into the top 10 with this 4 fresh tire advantage, as we have just 9 laps to go here in Chicagoland Speedway. Not been a good race for us today at all here at Chicago, unfortunately, as to be kind of expected now, as we're going to go for a quick crank it up here late in Chicago.
Hold your line there. Top 3 is indicated. Inside. Careful, still there. Careful, still there. Careful, still there.
There was your crank it up here today in Chicagoland as we were going past the 12 of Blaney and the 3 of Austin Dillon. We came to 3 laps to go at this point now, up to P16, battling with the 2 drivers now that we were battling with at the time of the caution. Preece and Almirola as we actually go into the side of the 47, and up the track we go into the outside wall now as Matt Tift is going to go through on the outside to make the pass, and that completely destroyed the momentum in the car, because we come through to about a lap later now to the final lap here at Chicago through turns 1 and turns 2. A rough day, just did not go our way at all here today in Chicagoland. We just didn't have speed in the car. That's the problem here at Chicago every time. From NASCAR Heat 3 to NASCAR Heat 4, we just never have the speed that we need, as Kevin Harvick, though, leads the way through turns 3 and turns 4. Harvick with 50 career wins in our career mode now. Obviously, he's exiting turn 4, heading down the front straightaway. Harvick gets career win number 51 as we come through to cross the line behind Matt Tift for a disappointing P17. So obviously, the last couple races have been a little bit rough on us. Today, we didn't get the finish that we needed. We didn't have the speed that we needed either. Now, as Eric Jones had a strong finish, Jimmie Johnson 39th, Kyle Larson 40th, so our rival of Larson down there. Unfortunate for him. There's my quote after the race. The car was really slow. We don't know what was wrong exactly within the team. I think we'll bounce back though at Daytona. Jimmie Johnson says, we showed real speed today, but things go wrong and we need consistency to make the playoffs. Obviously, he didn't have that consistency throughout the whole race with that mechanical issue, and he needs it very bad.
It's alright, it happens. Keep your head up and move on to the next one.
Thank you, Eric Almirola. So that will do it, though, for this episode. We'll see the points here on the screen before we end it. Jimmie Johnson and Eric Almirola, kind of notables right now, just outside the playoffs. Looking in, Almirola is actually 10 points out. Jimmie Johnson, I think, is like 26 points out or something like that. So there it is right there. So I will see you guys, though, in the next one. So thank you for watching, everybody, and I'll see you guys for Daytona. Have a great day, everyone.